Alright, quick Sprouts 2-month anniversary video. I made a long one. It was like a bajillion minutes long, and then I had Netflix open, so I couldn't save the recording. So, here we go. You can pick up items. You got different items. Boop, 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 boop. And then you could spawn Sprouts, and these Sprouts have emotions, which depends on their neighbors, like what emotion they are and what species they are. Um, and if they're the same emotion for too long or they get bored or whatever, they can do these little events like sneezing or playing or gossiping. And like if this one sneezed, it would be happy because it sneezed, and then all of these ones would get angry because you don't want to be sneezed on, right? And so that's how that works. Um, you can fertilize with the fertilizer, and they all sprouts decay. They decay pretty fast. But the fertilizer will make them stay around for longer because they're fertilized. But the fertilizer will also disappear after a set amount of time. You can dig them up, move them around, do whatever, do what you want to do. Um, and to to combine them, you have to age both of them completely, which we'll get to in a sec. Um, and then when you combine them, I haven't implemented this yet, but they'll walk around here and do their sprout stuff. They'll just chill and have fun. But occasionally they'll spawn an item like this. They'll just hold it in their arms and they'll walk around with it. Right now I just have them on the floor, but you can pick them up and they will go to these stalls depending on what family they are, like vegetable, fruit, or grain. You can put them in your basket, do whatever. Um, and what you do with this stuff is you can make foods with them. So currently I have a temporary recipe that takes like a few things, and it's actually 2 apples, a broccoli, and a wheat. But I grabbed these for demonstration. So it knows if you don't have the right stuff, it won't give you the recipe. But if you have the right stuff, then you can do a little mini game to cook it. And if you fail, it'll delete all of your items and not give you the item. But if you win, it'll give you the item. Um, and these mini games will be super short. They'll only be a couple seconds, so that you're not spending too long on the mini games when you're cooking. Because these sprouts are dying, they're decaying. They want their food quickly. Um, so you make them the food. They'll be requesting food. I haven't added that yet. But they'll be requesting food. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm so hungry for a broccoli cheese carrot like pizza or whatever." And so you'll make that in these cooking stations. There will be a bunch of them, like cutting board and oven and toaster oven and whatever else. Um, and you'll make them these food. You'll be stringing along the cooking stations. Like the toaster may need something from the cutting board, etc. So you have to go through all of the different mini games. Which currently there's only a test mini game. But you'll make them their food and you'll grow them and you'll get them all happy and then spawn more, which give you more food for making more thingies to feed the sprouts. Um, and also with their emotions, I'm also going to add items because when they're walking around, they won't only spawn their food. Like if an orange is walking around, it can spawn oranges, but then every sprout will be able to spawn miscellaneous items that can be used for crafting. Um, but you won't craft anything yourself. There will be a crafter sprout that you'll have to unlock. And every item you gain will go to that sprout, and then every so often it'll be like, "Hey, you have items for this. Would you like me to make it?" And then you'll go over and you'll be like, "Yes, I want that thing," and then he'll make it for you. Um, and so the way these emotion items will work is like, and a carrot might like it, but a grain won't. Like each item will be liked by a different species or whatever, or family maybe. Family would be easier to balance. Um, and it'll make, say, this wheat happy, But this broccoli would hate it. It would make it angry. So you only use it on the wheat, unless you want to make the broccoli angry, of course, and then you could use it. Um, so that's how that works. That's how that will work. And I think all that's left is this debug menu that I made the other day. It lets me spawn in items. So say I want more of these or whatever. Um, and then you can also send them to your basket by clicking the basket button, and then it'll go to your basket instead. Let me just send those to the stalls. Um, yeah, so that's how that works. Okay, that'll add a bunch of carrots. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. There's also rare sprouts and special sprouts and all sorts of stuff, but those are pretty far out. I haven't even started on the progression yet, but I have a good idea of how that'll work. So yeah, this is Sprout Progress number 1, 2-month anniversary.